Soldier's aim was deadly with a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip.
There are Legion mongrels in here somewhere. I don't remember where. It's been a long time since I went through this part of the story. I usually load into... I can hear them barking. I usually load into characters that are in endgame or like 30% through the main storyline. That's usually the point when I stray off and do my own thing after I've gotten enough equipment and enough fast travel points that I can just hop around the map and just RP or do whatever I want. That's usually how these hunting builds go, but I figured I'd record this early part just because I got nothing better to do. Why not throw it up? I don't expect that many viewers, but I'm just doing this for the recording aspect of it, so I can look at it later and decide if I made any mistakes if I decide to redo this build again. Because this build is probably the most common build that I use. I guess it's worth plugging this up. The perception is buffed by ball cap and glasses that I'm wearing. Everything else should be just normal. I had it here. I got my laptop next to me. I actually planned out the perks and the special points that I need. Oh shit, let's not do that. I have a touchscreen and Excel just jumped all over. It is for special, going in the order that the game gives it. So strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, luck. The starting values were 6, 7, 7, 4, 4, 6, 6. And that is enough so that I could get rapid reload, educated, which gives you more skill points to spend. So rapid reload at 2, educated at 4, hand loader at 6, and I believe I'm still at level 6 now. And I've got this spreadsheet. I'm playing on Xbox, where I just bring it up on the feed and let you see it. I've got it laid out, and I recommend anyone that's replaying this game and is serious about doing this, because I actually kept a load from my other build that was on stream previously, but that build was so biased towards agility, luck, and perception that I got to the point where I would start using like the trail carbine, and this game only gives you a perk every 2 levels. I was going to have to spend one of those perks that you don't get every level to up my strength from, I think I was at level 17, so at level 18 I'd have to take weapons handling, and then at level 20 I'd have to take intense training to bump the strength up twice. Otherwise, the best weapon I could use with full stability was like the varmint rifle and the caravan shotgun, which I am using now in this build. But this build, if I really wanted to, if I found one on the ground, I could pick up a trail carbine or a what was it, a brush gun. I could use it because I got strength at 6. It's at 4 on the other one, or 3. Because, like I said, I really biased it because the other one was meant to use the varmint rifle, and the initial build I made, which was before either one of the builds I've mentioned so far, worked properly. It was great. and it was on my 360, and I lost the save. It had endgame, so it was like, so it was at like, I don't know what the max level is in this game, 35. It was to the point where I had done all of the expansions, all the story missions that you can do without getting the endgame cutscene. So I was at max level. I had gotten the perk that you can only get at max level that resets your charisma, resets your karma back to neutral. So I was just able to move around and do whatever I wanted because I had neutral karma. I think it's called, I don't even know what it's called, but it's a metaphor on you being revived. It acts like you died and just brings everything back. Okay, I want my waist. This is what I wear on a lot of these builds because the stats are just so much better, but it's so easy to get your ass wrecked. So we're going to leave it like this for now. Okay. These mongrels like to charge, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. I'm playing... Something I didn't find out right away in this game is that you can reload during the kill cams. I mean, I'd played this game on the first playthrough for like 10 hours before I realized that you weren't locked out of your controls. It's no use really going into stealth. These dogs will detect you. It's not supposed to take this long for the kill cam. There you go. This character versus some of my previous hunter builds is not biased towards stealth. I found just through trial and error that really, if you're doing a varmint rifle, a fully upgraded like Rat Slayer, or just normal varmint rifle, fully upgraded, fully modded build, and your intention is to go hunt like bighorners, the giant ants, things that are in the overworld that you almost never encounter in close proximity if you intend to hunt them. Like you'll see when I get out of Nipton here. I'm clearing this building because I forget what's in it, and I'm curious. But when you get like into the Ivanpah Raceway, places like that where you might have, 75% of an overland mile that is just open space with no tall objects obstructing your view other than minor geography elevation differences. There's no reason to really have stealth at that point because stealth in this game at least is, like what I'm doing now. Stealth is, hey, are they going to hear you walking down the hallway? So there's no reason to really have a bias towards stealth on a build like this, where if you're using a shotgun, generally you're so close that they're gonna see you anyway. Even if they don't, you're gonna get one shot off, though I admit sneak attack critical with a shotgun, particularly the 12 gauge shotguns, is devastating. It basically any non-unique character will die from it, because I mean, if you get all your pellets to connect, and you're getting that 2-3 times sneak attack critical, and these guns to offset their short range in terms of distance, because they do spread, and the game does compute it as multiple pellets. They have high damage, but like I said, that short range, it's only like, I think, a dozen feet, unless you use slugs. which as you can see in the bottom right, the SLG, I am using slugs because I have the hand loader, and I don't know if you even need that to get slugs, but I know that, like, if I go over to this, like, jacketed flat points, damn, I didn't mean to switch that. I don't have much luck with hot switching that. I'm trying to do up and right, and it is not. There you go. See, jacketed hollow points, the jacketed flat points on the 357. Stuff like that. You do need the hand loader for, and believe me, hand loader with the amount of, just for the amount of cases that you recover compared to without it, I'd say it's worth it. That, and I think, and don't quote me on this, you can use, wow, settler. Huh. And don't quote me on this, but I think the hand loader also allows you to create underpowered ammunition, like the 3-aught buck for the 20 gauge, which, again, I don't have the figure in front of me to be absolutely sure, but it's my understanding of it. It allows you to create ammunition that is less powerful in terms of damage, but doesn't wear your gun out as quickly. I have the not built to destroy. Damn it! I'll look at the perk once I reload. Shit, man, there's more of these. Come on, come on! No, 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 no! I really do not care for the for this fast swapping menu, because I'm using an Xbox One X controller, which I don't think is any different than an Xbox One controller. I just phrase it that way. It's the controller that actually came with the Xbox One X, and it feels a little bit different, at least the shell of it does, so I prefer it. It feels more comfortable. It's got more of a texture to it. But anyway, the D-pad, this is not an Elite controller. It doesn't have that thing that pops up around the D-pad, and like, see, I'm trying to do up and over left, and it's switching ammo. Actually, I'll leave 38 special in this. See, ow, 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 ow. Whatever, it's gonna kill me. I don't use explosives, but it kind of annoys me when step on explosives. Okay, bleak caravan lunch. Okay, that should be enough. I'll get some of these items out of my inventory. Legion did a pretty good job tearing through this place, but if they're really obeying the lore, the Legion doesn't deal with alcohol or drugs. They do use guns. They don't deal with any, you know, quote-unquote vices of the flesh or mind. Which, I guess you could say they're admirable for that, but I mean, it is the Legion. Okay, we can loot these now. I don't think that it would blank it out if I hadn't touched them, though I obviously have already touched them. But it's surprising how many Wasteland Wanderer outfits. I guess they just said, hey look, we're gonna have to make a pile of dead bodies. Well, they broke that? Son of a bitch. Whatever. It don't really matter. Wasteland Settler, Wasteland Wanderer. Okay, it's gonna be good enough. I'm just consolidating. Field Hand outfit. break that down later. I don't know why it switched to that. Okay, that's just the stairs. There's a reason why I usually only use when we're doing that, because this is annoying the crap out of me already. Okay. Binoculars. This is going this way. The varmint rifle I will swap because it needs to be binoculars down, shotgun left, 357 right. And then we're not even doing that. There we go. Go back to 38 special. One of the other things that is more noticeable in the time that I played the previous Hunter build before I began streaming it is that I really like the Lucky revolver, which you do get in Prim. You get it in the casino, I believe. And you need 75 in lockpick. I almost said in unlock. 75 skill in lockpick, and if you're not proficient, you know, as an actual player, skilled at picking locks, you need some lock picks because you're gonna break some. Because it is I think a hard or yeah, very hard. It's a hard lock. Here I said I would check what this perk was called. Handler trigger discipline. I fire 20% slower, but 20% more accurate, which comes in handy for this build when you're out, you know, just being Joe Blow in the middle of nowhere and you have to sometimes shoot a revolver or even just shoot a rifle. I think it also helps with the shotguns, where, you know, as it says, you know, it acts like it reads. You shoot less rounds per second, sometimes less than 2 rounds per second, or, you know, yeah, less than 2 rounds in 2 seconds. And, but that also means that you get in situations where if you were just jamming the trigger, shooting as quick as you could, rapid firing, trying to double tap, you might not hit what you're shooting at with all your rounds. I'd rather have it this way. When those dogs are running at me, sure, they got some hits on me. If they were super mutants with super sledges, yeah, that could be devastating. But when it really comes down to it, it's not really hurting me that much. Wow, there's a lot of lottery tickets in there. Can't really see what that says. This guy's a moron. I mean, if you were in this situation and someone came to you with a payday like that, sure, it would pay to be skeptical, but, you know, money is money when you're in such an unstable economy. 8,000. I mean, even endgame, when you would have a lot of money, if someone came to you and said, do this mission, I'll give you 8,000 caps, that's a lot of ammunition. See, I don't have a lot. I don't have a high lockpick on this build. I could buff it, but based on my handy-dandy spreadsheet here that I've made that tells me what I need to be, it tells me what I need to get in order to get the perks that I want. I'm turning off the Connect because I have a cover over it. It's on the other side of the room. And I'm not sitting in my normal chair, so you wouldn't really see me. Anyway, this spreadsheet that I made, and I just spent probably an hour or two finding this stuff and laying it out, where it's sorted by the name of the perk, the level required. I gave it a priority in case there's more than one perk per level that could be obtained, which one I should take first. So I gave it a priority, then, you know, the special requirement, and the skill requirement, and then I just gave it a column that I can check once I've obtained it, so that I can not consider that perk anymore because I've already got it. Okay, I think that's everything. Well, this door's not open. Anyway, with this spreadsheet, it tells me that when I get to, like, I think it's levels, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, levels 1 through 20, probably let's just say 1 through 16, I've got a commitment to a certain perk, or at least 1 or 2 perks that I could and should take at those levels. So until then, I really shouldn't be, you know, messing around. I'm just checking this. I shouldn't be messing around changing the ratio that I'm leveling up at. So if my plan here for this build says, you know, let's just say, for example, by level 6 I needed 70 in repair, which I did get so that I could get my so that I was able to get my hand loader so early. That means that I couldn't throw that into lockpick in order to get lucky very early in the game, which just means that I have to run around with this half upgraded 357 revolver, which from what I've seen, 357 with the 38 special or the jacketed flat points, it's not hurting anything. Sure, the gun might not be as powerful, but against these enemies, and I'm playing on normal difficulty, it's satisfactory enough. I'm going to turn the radio back on here, and I'm going to turn it down to like 20%. Something where it's just kind of a whisper in the background, because I've noticed with rewatching some of my own streams that are on vodcast that the radio is actually louder than my voice. I try not to mumble. Sometimes I have the headset hanging around my neck because I can hear through the TV the sounds of the game, and I have, you know, 3-piece speaker system that's giving me good sound output from the game. I found that if I have the headset hanging around my neck, even though the end of the mic is near the corner of my mustache here, it doesn't really come through clearly. I don't think I mumble that much, but I do live with other people, so I can't really yell into the mic. I'm trying to speak evenly and clearly, and the people I play Xbox Live with never say that I speak too quietly, so I'm not sure what the problem would be.
Unconfirmed reports say NCR General Lee Oliver may have uprooted from his post at Camp McCarran in order to be present at Hoover Dam. In
think it needs to go down lower. Okay, now I was trying to fix this. I might as well throw that Storm Chaser hat on the ground. I mean, it is only one settler outfit. Huh. What's a settler outfit look like? Looks like just like the field hand outfit. The field hand's darker colored. We'll keep the field hand. No. These things are worth virtually nothing. Same thing with that. With that and that. See. Throw shit on the ground. Okay. If I ever come back in here and that stuff's still there, I will scoop it. But otherwise, I mean, it's worth like 75, maybe less than 150 caps for like 30 pounds worth of stuff. Oh shit, I better take that off. Is this the one now? That's the one that looks like you're dressed in rags. There we go. Okay, we're gonna go sell some stuff. At higher level, I will use that, but for right now, we're gonna use this. They went that way. Novak. No, see, these are expansions. That's main. I don't know. I don't know how I want to piss off the Legion. I mean, I guess. I know what you gotta do, and it involves attacking the Legion. I'm not sure I want to do that. We're gonna use this one. I actually gotta pee. So we're gonna jump back to the... Now that I've gotten nipped and pretty much cleared completely, we're gonna jump back to this. And, talk to some people. It'd be nice if I could find some more mods for this 357.
Hey there. Need in?
I'd advise, regardless of the build, but especially if you're... Especially if you are using a hand loader build, just buy all the cases in the case boxes. I mean, why not? You can sell some stuff. It's actually worth a lot more money than I thought. Buff out. I don't use any drugs in this game. I know a lot of people do, where they'll be like, oh, Psycho, you know, Psycho Jet, this and that. I don't drink any alcohol, I don't take any drugs in this game. I've had issues in previous games with becoming addicted. And then the status effects of addiction kick back. They seem to kick back when you want it least. Turpentine I'll keep because you need that to tan. Huh. I keep getting all this, like, stuff. Energy weapon ammo that I don't remember buying. This stuff is like a dime a dozen to get that. Okay. And one thing that I've overlooked in the past is that I don't know about his prices compared to what's realistic, but I find it difficult to find. He's like to find merchants that will give the repair service. It's like him and the lady down near Novak on the other side of the map that will um, she's the one that runs the scrapyard north of Novak and has the two cars like in a chevron or a pyramid shape piled near her gate. I'd rather just go to this guy. All these weapons here, really, I only have so that I can deconstruct them to build stuff. I should really be carrying less and then just bumping back to him periodically to fix my stuff. But even with me bumping to him to fix the stuff in the way that I just did, I don't usually find it, at least at this time, find it advantageous to use high-powered ammo. You know, overclocked ammo that degrades the gun quicker. Sure, you might be doing more damage, but... Is there a merchant in here? Yeah. Get up! Up, up, up.
Hey there.
I like how he
anything?
draws. Is he the one that I just talked to? Yes. We're gonna save here momentarily. I'm gonna go use the bathroom and I'll be back in about 60 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. When nature calls. Huh. I wonder if Nightbot came on. It's odd that I got a viewer when I'm not here. Versus the viewer when doing nothing. Whatever. Switch over to chat only because I don't need to see my own stuff. There we go. But yeah, it's not stealth centric. And I should have reduced my weight. Why is my weight still so high? Okay, put these two together. I guess they may have patched it so that you're not a dumbass anymore, but I remember playing this game, and I bought it at launch, where you could accidentally repair a normal weapon by breaking down a unique weapon. So maybe they took it out. Hopefully they did, because that was a surefire way to cause you to revert back to the last save, which is usually too far back when you would accidentally repair a 357 by using Lucky. Okay, she's got plenty of money. Some of the stuff I can't use, like dynamite, frag grenade, frag mines, laser pistols. Stuff like that is just like, you don't really need it. It's worth money. Caravan shotgun. I should probably sell that too. The Magnum revolver I will keep. Hunting revolver match barrel. Like, stuff like that. I've got the caps. Do I want to throw it at that? No. Actually, yeah. I don't know. 38 special rounds are cheap compared to 357 rounds. Coincidentally, 9mm rounds are cheap too, and can be converted. I'll do that.
Fine then.
You'll see what I mean in a minute. You can... Let's see, what does this got in it? 38, does it pull it? There you go, 38 special. Okay, we're gonna get a good springs, because that's what comes to mind. Has all the benches in it. Get in here, get to your breakdown menu, break down all your 357s, break down all your 10mm, go on down the line. Though I do end up being limited by the number of cases that I have. Recipes. Let's see why I can't make 20 gauge. I don't have enough pistol powder. Yep, that's not an issue. Because I've still got enough. I should probably actually do some hunting since this is a hunting build, but to hunt I would need to be here. I'd prefer to be able to get to the gun runners before I begin hunting. Is that an enemy? Is that Tomas still walking around right here? It's like he wants to be shot. It is a Tomas. I mean, I wonder if that's like a temptation thing. They want you to kill him for his caps. Did I kill all these? I guess I did. Yeah, I did, okay. This is the raceway. This is one of my main hunting grounds. Unfortunately, without Eddie and without the sky-high perception build that I usually use, I don't notice this stuff right away. I mean, you could use other stuff. You really could, but for the sake of what I'm doing right now, why not hunt with 38 Special? Experience is all the same. And if I go walking around with that shotgun in my hand, it's going to decrease my walk speed. I might as well go up through the canyon. I don't know where it's at, and I'll probably revisit it at a different time, but somewhere in these hills near Nipton, I believe, there is a plug where it's like two burnt skeletons and then some type of Star Wars reference next to it, where it's referencing, I think, Anakin Skywalker's parents that were killed on Tatooine. I think they were killed I'm not a big Star Wars fan, I just pick up stuff along the way. It's in one of these like cutouts, and I'm not here to, wonder if I can jump in this window. I could, but it wouldn't get me anywhere. I've spent, what the fuck kind of artillery fire? Must be the boomers. I'm just cutting through this town, and as you can kind of see, I've spent a lot of time walking around in these games where you get a finesse to how to overcome some of these obstacles. Is that guy still got his shit on him? No way. Huh. Whatever. Actually, is that Swanik? Yeah, it is. I hate that guy. I mean, I can understand being very overjoyed that you just got your life spared, but it was at the cost of all your buddies. The least you could do is have some dignity. These houses are like booby-trapped to hell and back. Like I said before, that outfit's a dime a dozen. I'm gonna leave it there because I will come back. I think I gotta go this way. It's the indication it's giving me is telling me to go straight to Novac. Kind of silly looking back and forth at a railroad crossing in a game with no active trains. But you never know. Okay, we're gonna travel with the pistol out, or with the revolver out, because the shotgun actually slows you down if you're carrying it. It's kind of inconvenient that a gun that you need to close distance with. Okay. I've broke my leg so many times with that. Okay, this is why we have. What are you doing up there? Wonder if he even knows I'm here. No, he doesn't. See where he falls. Sometimes he fell away from me. Oops. Should be one up over here. Yeah. This is an ambush. Hopefully if they saw me, they'll come. They'll shoot, but they'll come running. I would rather have the hunting shotgun for this, but where did they get? Where are they coming? They're coming around this side. No, whatever. We're going on the offensive because I can't stand here and wait for these people to come look for me. No, that's one of them. That's what it is. They get all distracted. Come here. I don't know why everyone is angry with the bighorns, but give me the bighorn. I mean, I'll hunt bighorn. I'm not gonna even lie to you. It's one of the cash crops, so to speak. I guess you'd call it a cash crop. They do fight back, but they don't fight back the way that like a group of geckos would. So you get kind of easy kills that garner pretty good loot. Now, it was two guys up here. I want to know where the other guy went. Hopefully he didn't wander off and get killed. Nope, he did wander off and get killed. How do you get killed by a bighorner? It's embarrassing. Okay, anyway. Submachine gun. I'm not gonna pull off some near hack miracle with shooting a very long distance with this. Though if it was a rifled barrel or a real shotgun with sabot slugs, sabot, I've been told it's called sabot. Is he down there? Oh, I see him. See, that's why I said that I wanted the concentrated fire or whatever it is. I keep forgetting the name of that perk because you almost never repeat it. You just get it at level 0. And then it sticks with you through the whole game. But that's why I got the perk that decreases your rate of fire but increases your accuracy down 20 and up 20 because, fuck. Somebody's walked over that grenade. Well, they did that on purpose, those assholes. Okay. What weapon did he have anyway? A knife? He was walking around. It was Pecker out in the breeze. It's, oh yeah, I forgot. This is another hunting ground that you can go to. When I say hunting ground, I just mean a place where you get a lot of animals or enemies that have byproducts, it's almost always animals spawning. Sometimes it's bighorns, sometimes it's roaches. At this level I need to be careful that it's not night stalkers. But I mean, just there's a big loop that unfortunately at the beginning and end gets very close to Quarry Junction that you can walk, and the time it takes you to walk it, you'll encounter all kinds of animals, and by the time you come full circle, you will have by the time you walk it, you will have let the enemies respawn. Especially because I tend to get distracted, so if it would take you, you know, 7 in-game days, it might take me like 9. Well, I'm glad I killed her. It's like 1% now. My high repair skill as well has made it. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Oh, someone's got a grenade rifle like an ass. Who does? You do. Asshole. I fucking hate grenade rifles. I don't know why it... The ammo for this is precious at this point, but doesn't mean I won't use it. Oh, fudge, man. Well, at least the grenade rifle that I picked up off them can be combined. I should really, I think you can be addicted to Fixer as well. Okay, let's see, can I use the campfire? Of course I can't buy it, I can't make anything. Why can't I make bighorn or steak? No, survival's not high enough. I wonder if I can make coffee. But I can't. Nope. Let's see what you gotta do to make coffee. Black battle brew. Black coffee. Need a coffee pot. Do they have a coffee pot sitting around here? I don't know what coffee does. Thank you. We're just gonna walk it off. is a unique... Probably just a crow. There is a unique... Yeah, it's just a crow. Or raven. There is a unique butcher's knife in this farm over here. Is it really that useful? No. I gave it to Veronica. I think I might actually just leave it there. Instead of using all that stuff, I could have just walked away from that skirmish and slept at this farm. Try and knock down. I don't know, I don't remember what I needed to make the coffee. Some of this stuff is kind of a no-brainer that you're not going to need it. Okay, now that I found this farm, we're going to sell off some stuff and get back. Because I am running out of carry weight. That, and I'm going to see if she'll sell me a coffee pot so that I can make coffee.
Background?
Huh. That eats up a lot of ammo, but ammo, if I recall, I mean, can't really be cheaper than one, but when 20 gauge and 22 are the same price, it's kind of a no-brainer that you're not going to be carrying a 22. Probably the educated thing to do would be to repair that reinforced leather armor, but it's going to be very expensive to do so, and I don't want to do that. Let's see what we got. She probably has nothing useful to me. Miss. Plinking ammo is really underpowered. And for a 22, I mean, that'd be negligible damage. Even just to a generic enemy. Okay, back to Whirlwind. Man. Okay, Chopper is the name of the unique weapon that is found here. I believe it's in that building. I'm not even opening the building and disturbing it because I'm not interested in the weapon right now. The broad machete is probably good enough. If I got like Veronica as a follower, I'd come back and get it and give it to her. Where is it? There's usually a skirmish here that you can just not take sides on, which behind that billboard there, there's a lot of times Legion hiding, at least the first time, and they're going to engage a group of merchants, And if by chance one of the merchants pack Brahmin get killed by, like, you know, throwing dynamite or, you know, just friendly fire, just the crossfire, you can loot it, I believe, without karma loss. And that's exactly what we're going to do, because I'm not interested in vilifying myself with either faction right now. So we are going to go ahead and do this number here. It sounds like a cowardly way to go, but if you really wanted to RP this, and I'm loosely doing the RP because I'm not on hardcore mode, I'm not actually feeding myself due to hunger or thirst. I'm doing more like if you were a hunter by profession, not by lifestyle. That is a lot more guards than I remember being on this caravan. But whoever drops, whether it's Legion or if it's NCR, I'm gonna loot their corpses and I'll probably just sell the items. Okay. But I mean, bullets hurt regardless of who they come from. And as you can see, the Legion had some Legionnaires had some decent stuff on them. I don't really care for throwing spears. They're really kind of a novelty in my opinion. I have had some instances where you're playing through and you decide to side with the Legion and that skirmish happens. You can step in with a few well-placed pieces of dynamite and really do a lot of splash damage to that caravan, and you get it's a pretty decent payday. Being able to empty all the pack Brahmins, I think there's 2 or 3 of them, the merchants for whatever they have, and then the NCR troopers will have decent loot on them that can be sold at the very next town that's not very far away at all. Both full fudge. They're actually worth something. Machete is not. Dynamite is not. At least not comparable. Actually, what am I doing? Give me this shit. I wonder if they just stacked up together or if they're following a nav point system, because it's odd that that many this caravan was so large. Anyway, traveling merchant, you're gonna buy this loot off me so I don't have to carry it. Dynamite, machete, throwing spears, Legion. I don't know what you would do buying Legion stuff. Anyway. I don't think he's gonna have a miscellaneous that's worth shit. No, he's not. I'm looking for weapon mods. Anyway, buy the stuff. Huh. Yeah, there's always this like one bright follower. And you're scratching your head at this point. You're like, why? What is this faction and why is it right there? I don't know why a bright follower. It's almost like when they were doing something in the game, they accidentally left the spawn point for a pre-made corpse right there. Because all the stuff they have is cool looking. It's not bulletproof in any way. It's not even damage resistant as far as I know. I feel like there's probably more shit to be looted. Come on.
Prim wimped out and accepted NCR rule. Some people will do anything to feel safe.
Fuck. I'm encumbered. I can't outrun. Whatever.
Hey there. Need anything?
There's not very many voice actors for this for this game. I'm finding out. Let's just take a look over here. Sometimes dead bodies roll. Make sure that nothing rolled away. I don't believe it has. So we're gonna catch up with them. If I'm lucky, I cannot vilify everything. I can stick with these people, and these troopers here will take out the people that I need, because I'm not very interested. Fucking hey. It's not where they're supposed to be. How far away did they get? Oh, they're in the camp. I'm expecting there to be another ambush here. The camp can wait. And these guys walk slow as dirt. Should be 2 legionnaires up on this hill here, hiding. I don't think they're going to become hostile when they see me, but they're going to become hostile when they see that group of NCR. And, like where you see that middle radio tower or power line tower right there, should be about right here. There's a group of raiders that are near like a boarded up mine. What the fuck? You know what? That's not what's supposed to be there. Maybe it's random spawn enemies. I don't know about the accuracy, but that's about the speed that I'd be shooting a single action revolver. I'm just not familiar with them. I feel like if it was reliable, like Dead Nuts reliable, and it wasn't lacking in ergonomics, I'd carry one. Because, I mean, Vipers. Who has the grenade rifle? He's being an asshole. Damn, man. You're blowing the dog shit out of everyone. Actually, let's see if I got any dynamite. I know I just sold it, but... whatever. That's what you get. I should have waited for the NCR to show up. It's usually Legion from what I remember, but it's not always Legion. I can say probably at this point that grenade rifle is by far my least favorite weapon in this game. Because now I'm half crippled, staggering along like I'm drunk. Because I've encountered 2 or 3 groups of enemies in a row now that carry one grenade rifle in a support role, and they just devastate you when you're trying to. How much ammo do I have for this? And I don't have any ammo? Oh, they must have a determined amount of ammo. Sometimes I feel like the enemies have unlimited ammo. There. That's where they're supposed to spawn, is near that. As they say in MechWarrior 4, I'm here for the payday, not the politics. Which he probably, the main character in that game probably quoted it from someone else. I'm not playing on hardcore, so I should be able to just sleep somewhere. That is a lot of fucking enemies. I hope that's not Deathclaws up there, because I remember leading Deathclaws into this camp of fucking A, man. I won't. Oh damn! I actually am taking quite a bit of damage. There we go. Oh fuck! I think I just died. I'm gonna go ahead and duck down and let them do their thing. Because there is, I think, 6 or 7 guards here. Plus the merchants will fight for their own, and I'm concussed. Okay. Oh my. Should bring my health back up. And I got some dead NCR, which have decent ammo. And drugs. I know I'm over encumbered. Okay. That should be enough. I'm still encumbered. 212. I really don't like being this close to over-encumbered. I get tons of Bright Brotherhood jackets from the rep contest site. going to do is go spelunking through here. Because I drew all those people out, and they got stung by the... And they got stung by, let's see, these here. The NCR. Should be able to just clean them out. It is Thanksgiving and something does smell good. Let's see if I can make anything. Oh, fuck! Oh. Man, that just scared the shit out of me. I've had, like I mentioned before, I've had some experiences with death claws spawning around here. Like, up near that peak, and where you see these lines go across, like where that right there, that one. Just past that, like, Night Stalkers and Death Claws spawn. As anyone that has played this game a significant amount will attest, you cannot outrun a Death Claw. At least not for any length of time. So I was able to outrun the Death Claw to the point where I encountered those raiders, and I continued to run, and it wiped the raiders until I encountered the NCR, and it wiped them as well. What the fuck? And the NCR patrol that time was smaller, but it wiped out the patrol and then it killed me, and I was like, son of a bitch. Need to get to Novak and empty my shit out. I'm off work today, and then I gotta go back to work tomorrow. This week's been busy and tough. What is that? Is that a centaur? No, I think it's a pack Brahmin. I was about to say, if that's a fucking centaur just moseying around. It's a tail end, yeah. I saw something flesh-colored and bulbous. Got concerned, because centaurs spit. They spit like toxic blood. And it's, I don't know. I don't want to say threatening, because it's not. It's damaging. We'll just leave it at that. I don't know what the heck's going on next door, but I hear yelling. They're always carrying on, so people don't even look anymore. I think that's a concern, that if you annoy your neighbors so much that they don't pay attention to you yelling, means if you needed help or something, you know. It's like the boy who cried wolf. If they're used to you yelling and screaming all the time, yelling and screaming isn't abnormal, so nobody even pays attention to you when you need help. That's definitely a dangerous concept. There should be. I guess it's once that caravan gets here, but there should be a merchant that posts up on this corner. Anyway. There's a 5.56 unique revolver in here. In the storage closet behind the merchant. And yes, the room is radioactive. It's got a bunch of, like, glow sticks in it. is it? There we go. See that right there. That gun. It's staying there because I don't have a use for it right now. Let me go see what the hell's going on. I hear banging at the door.